Hello everyone, Alien Volt here, and I'm playing Wildstar. Or rather, going through the character creation screens for the 4 races of the Exiles. Humans are described as outcasts, renegades, and scruffy. After centuries of wandering the fringe in their ramshackle fleet, humans are ready to settle down on the Nexus using grit, backbone, and some good old-fashioned elbow grease. The degree of customization features they offered in this game actually really surprised me. I didn't expect it. But you can change everything from chin, nose, eyebrows, eyes, jaw, body shape, as well as the more traditional features that many games offer, such as skin tone, hair color, eye color. I mean, the customization is just awesome. I mean, you've got eye size, eye socket height, eye socket size, eye socket spacing, eye spacing, eyebrow height, eyebrow spacing, eyebrow thickness, eyebrow width. And that's just the eyes. You've got the mouth, the chin. They don't really go into the ears, at least for the humans. Some of the other races actually have ear adjustments, different types, not really varying sizes as much. But it's still pretty impressive with the amount of depth that they actually put in for their characters. It leaves you a lot of room to customize your character's appearance to what you want to make them look like. And they delivered in that respect. I mean, when you started off, you had 8 different presets for the human face just to begin working with, to begin customizing. And then you have all these different customization effects to turn that face, that starting face, into something you're happy with. Whether it be something that's funny looking, gross, or just something that's normal. Or maybe even something that resembles the actual player. The actual skin colors are pretty standard. They give you 7 different variances with no slider to customize that any. The hair, again, 7 different hair colors. No variances to customize the color of the hair, which would have been nice. Also, it doesn't look like there's much skeletal structure actually in the hair, so there's not a lot of movement there. That's a little disappointing. And it looks like we've got 9 different facial hairstyles. And it looks good, even though there doesn't look like there's a lot of movement in the actual hair design or the facial hair design. It does look pretty decent. Now, I wish they'd have moved that higher up on the bar, so when you're actually customizing your face, you know, you're not starting off with a beard if your preset face already had one on there. Because when you select a human to begin with, you know, you get them, and it's random at what their appearance looks like when you're starting out. Because some people don't even make adjustments, they just accept the character the way it is. But you can definitely move things around, eye angles and jaw lines, when there's no facial hair at all, and you can see how much it actually changes. You can definitely make some pretty funny looking guys. Look at that one. I feel like when I'm adjusting some of these bars, I'm at a circus looking in those mirrors, you know, that changes your shape and distorts your appearance really to odd kind of deformities. So their hairstyles are Well, they go from traditional, what you'd picture, medieval looking kind of characters having, to normal human style haircuts, to more fantasy and even some Japanese anime looking haircuts. Now you'll notice that in my character it's still a very kind of blocky appearance. As the shoulders rounded off there, you can kind of see the shapes, the squares, and the straight lines that you really shouldn't be able to see. And I realize they're going with a different art style for this game, something more similar to World of Warcraft in coloring, especially in the environment. The characters themselves are definitely more cartoonish looking than games that are also coming out, something like Elder Scrolls Online, where you've got characters that try to stress more a realistic version of a fantasy world, where this one is definitely completely fantasy and cartoonish. But I think they could have upped their polygon count, doing something to make those lines be a little bit more smoother. I mean, I'm running this thing on basically maxed out settings, everything. I went to the highest setting calibration, then I went through all the settings, and there was one actual area that I had to turn up to max that one out because it was on low by default on the highest settings, and it was a small object detail. Now I don't know how that affects my gameplay or my frame rate, but I got relatively very good gameplay and frame rate in this game, so I'm not really that concerned with it. Look at the different body shapes. They gave you quite a bit. Although I think they could have went with body shapes and sizes that were even heavier than what their heaviest body shapes and sizes allowed. It would be nice to be able to make an extremely obese looking character if that's what you would like to make and play. Alright, the next race is the Arwen. They're described as small, scrappy, and tree-hugging. It looks like they have 9 different face styles to start off with. And then of course they have all the customizations that the other classes will all have as well. Then skin colors, looks like there's 8 of those. Not really a huge variety, but I guess pretty decent. Plenty of hairstyles, a lot of them covering the eyes though. And this is the male character, and a lot of the haircuts looked more female to me. Not really something I'd really be into, I don't think. A lot more hairstyles than a human. I think I'd probably run with that. It looks kind of wild. Hair color choices are a little odd for a male character as well. You got pink in there, hot pink, kind of like the white. Several different eye color choices. And since this character actually has really large eyes, you might want to go in and adjust the eyes and make them even bigger so they really stand out because the hair usually hides them. Or you could make them smaller, make them more normal looking. Plenty of options though. I think I actually like the body style on this race being really thin. Maybe not super thin like the one body style back there, but pretty decently thin. I don't really think a muscular version of this race looks very good. But that's my own personal opinion, and that's why there's so many different body shapes and customizations in this game, is because everyone's going to like something a little different. Me personally, I think I like the larger lower body, like in, say, this one. Just makes him look more agile and quicker, since he's going to be small, very muscular from running. Alright, the next race is the Granuk. Or Granok. I actually don't know which one is actually pronounced. But it says they're rock skinned, fearless, and hungover. So apparently they're pretty heavy drinkers. If you look at him, he's got a lot of different facial options there. 9. And then as well as many customization options. This is definitely one of those characters that I could see exaggerating the jawline and, you know, the face and the mouth and things like that, because he's such a large rock creature as it is. And if you look at the rest of his body proportionally, it's pretty exaggerated. But I like that. I think it's a pretty good race. I'm actually interested in playing this guy. So this is probably the character I'll end up starting off with. Although I hope I can find an option to get rid of that hole in the top of his head. I realize he's a rock creature, and you know, it's supposed to be part of his head was chipped away and probably most likely a fight, or you know, but, and I don't know, he's a heavy drinker, maybe he stumbled and chipped his head. But either way, I think I want a full head. Hopefully they'll give me that option. This is also one of those characters you can get away with making, you know, maxing out the nose size, and it's just going to look normal because he's such a large creature. I'm definitely digging this guy. I'm really liking him. And I really like that blue. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this color. That looks pretty damn cool. There we go. Get rid of the hole in my head. I think I like that one. A little too spiky there. Not really into that one either. The mohawk's not too bad looking. It reminds me of a Finn because he's such a solid creature. Yeah, I'm thinking, especially with as big as I made the brows, I'm thinking that original haircut right here looks the best. Yeah, he's looking pretty cool. Oh, I like that too. What is that? It looks like a rug. Kind of a bull ring. I think that's the style I like. I really like that kind of lamb chop looking things, but it's all out of rock. It almost makes it look like a knight's armor for a face mask. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, doesn't really look like this one applies to him. Maybe it's a different style haircut, or maybe it's for, well, I wouldn't think it was for the female ones, but same thing with this one. This crystal color is not really working out too well either. Well, it's probably just different options that I didn't select, and the actual, hair color choices and mustache and jaw and stuff that I ended up picking didn't apply to those actual color choices that they gave you. Well, the different body styles, man, some of these are pretty damn large. Look at that guy. Talk about exaggeration. And we go to the heavy big guy. I think I'm liking that one. Actually, you know what? I should probably just do the females real quick too. I can skip through a lot of the options, but just kind of show the different variations that they actually give you and what they look like, because I know there are just about as many people that play the female characters as there are that play the males. Man, there are some really strange looking female character faces here. I think I'm gonna go with this one. She looks like she's got big fish lips. This will probably be fun to play with. Well, either way you go on that mouth, there's no fixing those lips. How should we shape her nose? I think it probably looks fine just the way it is, but you can definitely make it look a lot different. Well, she's got a red colored skin. That's kind of cool looking. She's also got a few stylish looking mohawk haircuts. That's probably the best one I like so far, that one and the leaf. Not that leaf. I don't think the bald look's going too well for her. I like that one. That's probably going to be the one we'll stick with. So we got plenty of different eye colors. Go with the purple. Color hair. think I like the dark green. And then with the females you get earrings, of course. Jewelry and piercings. Whatever the particular class or race, rather, has. Now those are some big hips and thighs to go along with them. And that's a pretty large chest area. I think I like that one. Nothing too extreme. Just sleek. Alright, let's backtrack real quick and hit this race up here to the Arwen. I think they're going to be a really popular race. A lot of people like to play these little, you know, kind of cutesy looking characters. Especially the women. So plenty of different facial adjustments. The eyes are a little large for me on this character, but not too bad. I realize it's really designed after of a cartoon, you know, appearance. But I think she looks pretty decent other than that. I don't think there's really much else I can do for that. Alright, on to the skin colors. Wow, that gray doesn't look too good. It looks pretty unhealthy. So does that green. I actually expected a little bit more options on the skin colors, I think, for her. Well, let's just go with that one. Hairstyles. Well, definitely some extravagant ones, huh? For a character with some large rabbit-looking ears, she sure does have some extravagant hairstyles, huh? I don't know though. I think I liked the one up on top better. That one. That's a nice color. Still think I like the gray, or maybe even that ice colored looking one. So what color eye color? Hard to say. Maybe the gray, match her hair. Wow, look at those ears. Not a big fan of a lot of these ears. I think I like those ones. Not the bat ones, the small ones. The smaller ones. We're gonna go with those. Not like I'm gonna play these characters, but if I were making this character for me, this is how I'd pretty much design it. Alright, let's see what kind of body types we get to give her. Super thin. Probably about the same as the other ones. Going from really curvy to thick to really thin. I still think that, just like the other little guy that I made the male version of her. I think they look better being the thin body types. Alright, into the humans. Boy, that hairstyle. That thing's gotta go. Plenty of different faces to start off. Then you have all the same different facial options. Skin colors, most likely the same as the male human. Hairstyles. Actually kind of surprised. I expected more. Let's go with this kind of reddish orange. Eye color. I don't know, maybe green. Hairstyles. Nothing that's really standing out for me here. Good thing I'm not making a female human player or character to play, right? Those are some big hips. I think I like her like that. Alright, to the Mmorpg race. Says they're intellectual, morose, and decomposing. Decomposing? That's a little odd. So they're somewhat undead. Cursed with a degenerative disease after delving into the forbidden secrets of alchemy, the Mmorpg have come to the Nexus to find a cure. Being a space zombie can be complicated, unleashing dark and deadly disciplines on the Dominion. Interesting. That is definitely an odd approach. You get to be the undead as the good guys. It's a little different. These guys definitely have a lot of different options. And they definitely look different. That's for sure. They look really tall too. A skull cap showing as brains. It's kind of interesting. I don't think it's quite for me, but interesting. That's kind of cool, actually. Not really digging that one. I think we'll go with the mohawk. Why not, right? What color do we want on this undead creature? Undead space alien. Green looks pretty cool. I think I like the blue. It's a pretty good contrast. So for eye color we get different shade colors really, or lens colors. Only gets to change his shoulders and arms too, that's pretty cool. Man, some of these actually make me want to go back and change the hair color. I guess I'll just go with the blue. That's pretty cool. I don't know which one I like better though. Maybe that one. Not sure. This guy definitely looks tall. Pretty cool looking character. Alright, the female version. She looks better already. Don't they usually do that though? The female characters always look better than the males. Most of the time. Ooh, wow, look at that. I think I actually like that one. Yep, the running mascara or something. That's what it looks like anyways. It's probably tattoos. Very pale there. Looks like she's rotting. I think I like that one. Dark with those blue eyes like that. Not really liking any of her hairstyles though. That one's not too bad. That one looks almost too much like Medusa. Maybe that one. Kind of a combination of a couple of the hairstyles. I definitely like the hot pink. That's pretty cool. With pink eyes. I think that'll be the look we have to go with. I'm not really super excited about those cat whiskers either. The multiple piercings I guess aren't too bad. Kind of fits the character. That one's not bad. Cat whiskers, no. Let's go with those. Alright, let's look at the body style here. How could we possibly shape her? Well, I think that's the look right there. That's her. Alright, now you can actually be several different classes. Each race has certain ones that are open to them and other ones that are locked out to them. You can be a spell slinger, stalker, medic, esper, engineer, and warrior with the human. Pretty much everything. They're your, looks like your predominant race. A full description of each actual class is to the right as I scroll over the name. You can pause the video to actually read the full description if you'd like. As far as the Arwen, you can be a spell slinger, a stalker, or an esper. So only 3 of the 6 classes. Kind of limiting your races there on what you want to play or how you want to play. I mean, most likely you're going to want to play a specific class, and then you're going to have to choose a race that has that class available to you. So for the Granok, you got the engineer, warrior, and medic. And then for the Mordesh, looks like medic, stalker, spell slinger, engineer, and warrior. So everything but the esper. So apparently they can't, you know, do psychic things with the mind, even though they're extremely intelligent, which is kind of an odd choice. But that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and check out the actual Dominion video, which I'll be posting up shortly after this one. See you next time.